Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Pocket Captains Presents Pixel Starships. We've made it, after very long last, all the way up to level 6. Now, for those of you who are following me on my blog about this, you might have noticed that I made a little comment about, hey, I got there, I took a little peek and I already made a mistake. And what was my mistake? Well, being busy, work, and I actually have a sick daughter and other things that are creeping up because, yes, although I try to have a little bit of fun every day, I also have to take care of the important things too, like family. But I thought, well, I'm really busy. I'll just drop a couple of gas miners on there, level them up. And hey, how long could that take? It won't be very long. I'll be ready. No, I'm not ready. And I couldn't wait. I just had to go on and do the next broadcast. So here we are. We basically just crossed the threshold into level 6. And I'm very excited. Now, let's take a look and see what we have to work with. Let's go to the store. First of all, how have we been doing since we got to level 6? Well, this is my butt and it has been handed to me many, many times. I thought there was more losses. I think actually I may have won one by accident, but hey, who knew? So we'll go over here. Sorry, not over here. We'll go to the store and see what this new level has to offer us. This is the Christmas part of the whole program. Somewhat. There's another Christmas, but we'll start with this one. Resources. Well, as you probably already know, I've already maxed out my gas miners. Good for me. Very good planning there. Way to mess up the whole thing. But the the warehouse. Not a war. There's no war in here. It's a warehouse. And this is something I very much need because for the low price of 80,000, I am full. I mean, look at this, 50. I can't do anything else with it. And I can't do all the leveling up on the building I want to do until I get some space. So the space is dear to me. I really want that space, but on the ship, but I don't see how I can get by without it. Under weapons, sweet. Another TT gun. Does this actually still say TT? A bolter. Well, that was a TT, but it says BT. I'm going to have to keep up with the changes. That's a BT. So we have a hangar deck. And you know something? I've got a level 7 ship, and hangars are fun. They're not cheap, but they are a lot of fun. I do like applying fighters. So, and I've been in many situations where I've lost all my guns in the ship, and right now I'm totally dependent on these cannons to win the battles. But when you get some fighters going, they keep fighting even when the hangar bay is destroyed. They don't do a lot of damage, at least not the lower levels, but they can close the deal for me. So that's what else, the other toys we have. Under defense, well, I can get a second engine. And I have seen ships with 2 engines that are really, well, almost impossible for me to hit. That's an effective defense. My missiles just don't seem to be able to find the target. So I don't scoff at the second engine. Bedrooms, still only 2, so I can't get that extra crewman. Nothing going on much in this room. I think we're pretty well there. So that's good. And of course, down here in the shipyard, we are tantalized with a view of our beautiful new ship and the flying saucer that I cannot afford. So that's Christmas number 1. What's our second Christmas? Well, the other one comes from the ability to do research and the lab. Oh, there's no room for a lab because of my layout is really, really poor because I didn't leave myself any room. So we'll try that again. There's my lab. We throw that in there. And, but in order for me to see the new goodies, I'd have to upgrade my lab. So here's the next tricky part of this. At 67,000 gas. Let's just see if I've learned anything from my experiences this last little while. When I did my previous ship, and even now it's really tempting, I look at all the stuff that needs upgrade. I know reactors, by the way, for the first time, they're not upgraded anymore. I think we're done with the reactors. So we have now reaching the problem of finite power, and it gets even worse at level 7. Well, what do we upgrade? Shields? Well, no. They're not doing all that much for us anyway. I pretty well let them just destroy my shields. They're just there for they start off fully charged, giving me a little bit of a delay, so why not use them? Missiles? I love the missiles. But, and you get more missiles, and if you do upgrade them, they get marginally faster. just a little bit faster. So that's actually a nice advantage too, but just a little bit faster. To get advantage of the real benefits, I have to go to the lab and update the missiles. So beams, well, they get a little more kick, and they fire a little faster. I think the power output, the damage doesn't change, but they do fire faster. So that's kind of nice too. So what do I think now is the best bang for my buck, having done this a bunch of times? And of course, the BTs, I'm pretty sure that used to say TT. The BT never really did that much damage anyway. So if these are marginal improvements, and this used to be what I started with. I always started with reactor to begin with. Apologize, everybody. My daughter's been sick. Maybe I'm a little sick too. I used to always upgrade the reactors first. They're pretty well there. This is a marginal improvement. This is a marginal improvement. What did I learn from all of this? I'm dying because my crews aren't upgraded. Look at them. 20, 20. These guys, I always seem to do them later, to my great sadness. This is a room I might be tempted to upgrade. 100,000, but really it's keeping my ship going. So I am really tempted. The fighter base is a dramatic improvement. There's no doubt about it. The warehouse, I am losing material because I have no more room. So I have to consider a warehouse. I have to consider the fighter bay, but I really need to upgrade these guys to make my ship effective. I've learned it comes down to the crew. The ships, they don't change that much. Even from level to level, it's not that big a deal. But it's always about the crew. So I'm choosing what I have to upgrade. I want to upgrade my crew. Now, do I just go ahead and level them up? Well, not at this minute, not with those gas levels. And now that I'm a small fish in a big pond, it's going to be a little harder. But in here, with the upgrade of this place, 67,000 gas, one of the upgrades they offer, I'm pretty sure, and I'm going by memory, is a reduction in cost to level up the crew. Well, I'll take that all day long. I mean, right now it's 110. That's a bit steep, and gas is still one of the hardest things to acquire in the game. So do I invest in this first to get that down so that all of these guys have a reduction in gas? Yeah, I think I do. So let's get my first choice, and people can argue with me, and I hope they do. I hope you comment on this. I hope you put your suggestions down and say, Captain Pete, that was just plain bonkers. What are you telling all these good people this nonsense for? Give me your thoughts. Give me your views. I love it. Tell me I'm wrong if you think I'm wrong. It's okay. It won't hurt me. Defense bonus increase. Well, nobody hits it anyway. There we go. That's going to take a little while. That's okay. Let it take a little while. So what else does my good ship Lollipop need? Well, I don't need this here. Let's make some room. And this doesn't need to be there. Although I would like to put it somewhere else. I can't afford to get rid of this guy yet. I'm gonna have to rearrange. Oh yeah, the gas goes. That's not even a close call. Let's put the this thing down below a bit. See if we can rearrange the ship to be more useful. Even though I'm saddled with these gas things, and I wish I hadn't done it now. For someone who works, it's very important to get gas, and I don't have that ability all the time. I can't be fighting my battles at work. And I would love to get a warehouse right away, because it does take a day, but I need room. I don't have the room, but there is something I do want to buy. Under defense. Any aircraft, you bet. Oh, I can't. That problem again. I've hit the limit. I've got 2 of these on the go. That won't be for another day. That's another day and 3 hours tomorrow. So, you know what I'm getting? It's the anti-aircraft kinds. Because what do we have at this level? We have fighters. Fighters that can do tremendous damage. That can tear me apart. And I need to survive this thing. So, I'm going to have to get those. Upgrade not possible. So, here I am. I'm sitting here. So, what do I do? I can't upgrade my guys. And I can't go after very much. But we're going to try it anyway. 39,000 gas. Ordinarily, what I then do, just so I can get things rolling, is I dip down here and I go into my reserves and I start pumping gas and minerals into my ship just to keep things moving. But I'm going to have to save that for later because I'm not ready. I can't do it now. I would love to, but I can't. I don't have the capacity. So let's just see what this pitiful little battleship of mine can do. I'll put the gym back because I might want to have more people training up. I can at least do that. I could even upgrade the gym on another day, and that's something else I hope to do very soon. But let's see how this sad little ship, which was really effective at level 5, I had a system that was working for me. Let's see how it survives here and now. So let's go find us a mission. Now, I'm not going to bother with these dailies right now because I can do the dailies. That hasn't really been an issue for me. But let's see what happens when you first arrive and you go and you try to think, hey, let's see how I am against these big dogs. Am I still any good? See if I can find somebody who's lower than me. Poor Baron and lower. Technically, he's got fighter bays. That's a fighter bay right there. So this is not a guy I'm going to fight because I don't have an anti-aircraft gun. So let's keep looking. Now, if you want to know more about silhouettes, there's an article on the www.pocketcaptains.com that will tell you what these ports do when you look at them. Wealthy and jackpot, lower than me. Oh, there's got to be a trick. Let's go see how badly I got mushed. Technically, he's lower down than I am. So he should be easy, right? Well, maybe not. He's got an oven. He's got gas miners and mineral miners taking up space. Oh, he's got a cool little crew. Well, my one little guy's dead. He was running around destroying these systems, I think, to make sure we are firing on systems. I've come across a guy who had nothing retargeted. I always go up against him. I'd always lose because I would never fire anything. Okay, what's going on in the teleporter? I see EMPs. We're being EMP'd to death. Good for him. Clever strategy. He's knocked out my teleport. Maybe he's listening to our podcast. So he's got robots. He's got the robots. He's got the android room. Very good for him. He'll keep that thing running. Unless I can destroy it. I wonder if the EMP works on the robots. Boom. There's the Scarlet doing its job. Until I get this thing to fire, I can't do very much, and I can't take out... It won't work on his missile room until after the shields are down. So, surprisingly enough, though, I'm not dead yet. It wasn't a total massacre, even though I've just arrived. And I haven't really upgraded the ship. I'm going to have to do something again, because the crew is essentially dead. What can I do? I would love to get Beam over there. Start doing chaos and destruction with the systems. And I can't. And this is almost over. And it's over. So that's what I can expect when I first arrive. That was a bit of a crazy move on my part, but I always like to know what the feel is. But I also like to gauge the quality of my ship when I walk in. I lost some gas on that. It was hard. It was expensive. I didn't really want to do that, but certainly one of the things about playing a strategy game that people forget is the importance. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever watch the StarCraft leagues, which I do from time to time. I am a space junkie, what can I say? And that's real-time strategy. And I've kind of lost the Twitch. It's kind of a Twitch play. But one of the nice things about those is they'll send out their helpless little SCVs early to see what's going on. That's a sacrifice. That guy's gone. And it's an expensive one. I mean, you want to keep those SCVs because they're your mineral gatherers, etc. in that game. But it's not that different from this game. There's an importance to gathering intelligence to know what you're up against when you start out. Now, we did see a fighter hangar, so we do need an anti-aircraft gun. And I'm going to have to update their AI to make use of that anti-aircraft gun. And I also have to now consider that I've got my rushers in the missile room, but maybe if I get a hangar, it should go there. And where am I going to put the hangar? Frankly, this is a crowded ship. I have to think about things like that. So there's a lot to consider in our planning. I mean, we did gain a lot of room, but that hangar, it's like these combined, it's an enormous amount of space. And I don't know how I'm going to accommodate it. Now, here's another thing. Let's change in level 6. It happens as you go up. The recovery time is going up. Now, if I were to try to pay for that, 13 Starbucks. Not too bad, but it certainly does add up. Why would I do that? Well, I don't know. Unless I want to rush out and grab some revenge. And I'm not ready for revenge, not by a long chalk. So we've got some work to do. But my highest priority, whether you believe it or not, is I'm going to get an anti-aircraft gun, get this lab running, and get the ability to level up the crews. I want that as cheap as possible because I got a lot of leveling up to do. This guy here is going to pop soon too, and he's going to be on par with everybody else. Yep, he's getting very close. So I got to get these guys all ready because I know at level 7 I got an extra bedroom, and there's even going to be more leveling up nightmares. So someone's got to carry the load. That's going to be this crew. So we're going to see, we know we got to level 20 when we were playing up to level 5. So how high do these guys go at level 6? We're going to find out because I don't know. I suspect 22 or 24. It's always an even number so far. So that's a sneak peek of the ship, and I would have shown you more if it wasn't a total blockhead about trying to level up the gas. I wish I could say, oh, look at that. You're doing your thing here. I'm just going to drag you off the ship and put you down here to do that. But I really don't think that's going to let me. And I don't want to lose the 2 days. It's been 3 days, so I don't want to lose the other 2 days. Is it 3? I can't remember now. It's been at least a day, but they've been working on that, and I don't want to lose all that time. So that's as far as I can get. So the next time we get in, the lab will be up. I'm going to show you what's inside the lab, give you an idea of what we can work with. Absolutely, we're going to upgrade our missiles. Absolutely, we're going to find new toys, but we're going to get these guys leveled up. That's really important to me. So that's new. That's brand new for Pixel Starships, for me anyway. More importance on the crew than the ship itself. Because I think even with this ship the way it is, in its crappy configuration, if I can get these guys a little tougher, running a little faster, and I'm still exploring, by the way, if you guys are wondering what I'm looking into, I'm looking at whether or not stamina is the secret sauce to this game. Because I've gone in and I've looked at the stats, and stamina, from what I understand, is speed, speed, speed. The ability to move in and out, fix and run, fix and run, fix and run before the next weapon hits. I've seen guys do that, and they're just moving like they're made of, they've been hit by the same lightning bolt as a Flash. I can't seem to hit them, and unless I can kill the crew, I can't win the battle. Killing the crew is the key to the battle. If your crew survives and they're keeping the ship going, I can't just seem to destroy the ship no matter how clever my strategy is. So I got to kill that crew, and I got to, and the converse of that is I got to keep my crew alive, which means I got to level them up and make them faster. So anybody has an idea about that? If you've done some research on it, you've looked at it, is stamina the secret sauce to this game? That's my question. That's my tinfoil hat question. If anybody knows, please put a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And if you want to read a little more about what we're talking about, I just realized now I forgot to update that article about level 20 for level 5 ships. So I'm going to do that in my article. But if you have any other thoughts, go to the website, www.pocketcaptains.com. Look at our blog on Pixel Starships. We're always putting our theories, our crazy ideas, and what we're doing in there. And there's some nice stuff about what ships look like on the outside, how their gun ports look. You can get some hint in zoomed out mode what's on my ship, what that would be. But to know what everybody's ship looks like, you'll have to read Captain Eric's article. So until we meet again, thank you very much for listening, everybody. I do appreciate it. I really do. It picks me up, especially when you guys make those comments. Even when you say I don't like it or I don't agree and I think you should have done differently, picks me up anyway because I love the dialogue. So go ahead and write in. In the meantime, just try to have a little bit of fun every day. Thank you very much and good night. Get more tips at pocketcaptains.com.